Did you get that haircut from the liberal store?
Yeehaw! One and all, welcome back to Night's Nonfiction. I'm your host, Nate Higgers. Nick Muniz here today presenting Mike Gallagher's 50 Things Liberals Love to Hate. How do you confuse a liberal? You don't. They're born that way.
Smoke weed every day.
It's hard work being a liberal. One could easily go broke supporting a skinny double decaf Starbucks habit. The hardest thing about being a liberal is telling your gender-neutral parents that you're straight. The ivory tower! The leftist academiists. They find it tiring to have to endlessly correct, educate, fix, enlighten the poor dullards of the flyover states. What's a liberal's idea of a free market? One where the state hands out free bread. Come on, libs. Crack open a Bud Heavy, throw another T-bone on the grill, but kindly check your disdain at the door when it comes to Walmart, football, and V8s.
This is a certified hood classic.
What do you call a liberal with an IQ of 130? A foursome. About the author Mike Gallagher. Gallagher, like the sledgehammer comedian. Peter Gabriel's favorite, Watermelon's least favorite. Mike Gallagher. He's an American radio show host, conservative political commentator. He's the host of the Mike Gallagher Show, nationally syndicated radio program. Bro, for the first time, more black men voted conservative in the 24 election. I don't know what this book is about. I'm not getting political today. But bro, 50 things liberals love to hate, you goddamn liberals.
Hello, bozo.
Mike Gallagher was also a Fox News Channel contributor and guest host. This guy is beast. He compiled the list, 50 things. We're doing them all. I'm going to get the information out, so you go ahead, buy yourself a copy of the book. 50 Things Liberals Love to Hate by Mike Gallagher. Presented by Nate Higgers. Number 50, McDonald's. At one point, it was estimated that 25% of all working Americans had a job at McDonald's. I guess the other 75% were liberals because they don't work. How many McDonald's workers does it take to change a light bulb? None. They don't climb the ladder. Did you see McDonald's just released a new sandwich made entirely of beef flips? It's called the McJagger. I got the moves, McJagger. Number 49. Liberals hate flag pins. With the way things are going, all the Dems, they're going to be wearing Chinese flag pins. Am I right? Am I right? I wish flag pins worked like grenades. That way you could run up to a politician, pull their pin, and watch them explode. Number 48. Liberals hate NASCAR. What's the matter, liberal? You can't stand the force of 100 rally cars revving their V8s by you 200 miles an hour? It's probably those weak liberal eardrums. My neighbor's dad, he took us to the Dover Downs when I was a kid. No, I didn't have Downs. Maybe. I got this brand new Jeff Gordon t-shirt. We were at the Dover Downs, and a compatriot spilt beer on my new Jeff Gordon t-shirt. I was livid. But after I soaked some of the beer out of my t-shirt as an 8-year-old, it was the best NASCAR race I had ever been to. You goddamn Europeans with your F1. No. You slam a 30 rack as an 8-year-old in the parking lot, and then you go turn up at a NASCAR event. These liberals, they don't know what they're missing. You know what? I think elite liberals, they might like NASCAR because it's a huge human trafficking ring. Number 47, steakhouses. Here's how it works. This is big people. I'm not getting political, but this is statism right here. This is it. Steakhouses. If a conservative is a vegetarian, he doesn't eat meat. If a liberal is a vegetarian, he wants all meat products banned everywhere in the whole world. Why are you guys laughing? That wasn't even a joke. Conservative's a vegetarian, he doesn't eat meat. Liberal's a vegetarian, Nobody's allowed to eat meat. Liberals? They're on the political spectrum, maybe. My precious, if I can't have meat, no one can. Me's is scared of guns. Me must take your gunses. Liberals? They hate steakhouses. They hate guns. Number 46, liberals hate the Pilgrims. They hate them. Took a lot of courage to sail across that ocean, I tell yous. Liberals, they think it's trendy to support the natives. Those people just sat on their ass all day. The Pilgrims? History says the first Thanksgiving took place outside because the Indians forgot to make reservations. Number 45, John Wayne. He's kind of like a modern-day Christian warrior Chris Pratt. John Wayne, he was a conservative. Liberals, they'd rather watch their communist Star Trek, some sci-fi, rather than a good old ancestor on the frontier. This is your heritage right here. John Wayne. What's the difference between John Wayne and Jack Daniels? Jack Daniels is still killing Indians. The only John Wayne liberals like is Gacy. Number 44. Liberals hate George Bailey. It's a wonderful life. Not when you're a liberal. In that case, it's a racist life. I'm seeking the dust off my crummy little town. I'm going to see the world. Italy, Greece, the Parthenon, the Colosseum. Then I'm coming back here, going to college. I'm going to build things, you hear me? George Bailey, he had too much ambition. Come to McDonald's and never climb the ladder. Number 43, Walmart. Walmart. I love Walmart. Yo, you could challenge anyone to a dance-off in Walmart. You could throw boogie bombs at people. You could, like, push people into the stands at Walmart. No rules at Walmart. That's why liberals hate it. Land of the free, home of the brave. Walmart is where warriors are born. I love me some Walmart. Walmart. Why are there no Walmarts in Syria? Because there's a Target on every corner. Walmart. Bro, I once saw a lady in Cookie Monster pajamas eat an entire quart of ice cream while she was shopping. You could buy your wife tampons and a 12-gauge shotgun all at one stop. God bless America! I love this country. You can't do that anywhere else on the earth. Bro, I once saw a dude in Walmart. He had March Madness teeth. He was down to his final four. Walmart, they're inevitably going to become a FEMA camp. And that's when the libs will become Walmarters.
How dare you?
Number 42, football. Ain't nothing wrong with a little CTE. Conservatives, they eat chronic traumatic encephalopathy for breakfast. Encephalopathy? It sounds like a dinosaur. Liberals, they won't even support their country. You think they're going to support a football team? Why are Italians good at football? Because it involves changing sides halfway through. You know why Jews are good at football? Oh, he's trying to get the quarterback. Number 41, conservative women. Conservative women, they warp the liberal mind. Liberal women cannot understand conservative women. How could you have possibly gotten a man without showing your pussy on the internet? It warps their mind. Y'all see that movie Plan B? It's about two quirky little femcel high school girls. They're from South Dakota, but they got to try to find Plan B. So, you know, it's a whole coming-of-age story for 2024. They got to find a Planned Parenthood in South Dakota. There's a scene where the liberal health teacher, he shows the video to the students. A man is buying a car that's all beaten up. Is he likely to spend money on a car that is not as used? Feminist student raises her hand. Well, how does the car having previous passengers affect the way it works? Because the car smells now. Another girl says, well, If I give someone a ride in the trunk, then that won't hurt my upholstery. I know women aren't cars, but sometimes you got to test drive by yourself to make sure the oil works. You know what I'm saying? Liberal women, they cannot conceive a conservative woman. Number 40, black Republicans. Liberals hate them. Turncoats. You're a black Republican? Combine this one and the last one and you get Candace Owens. Liberals hate her. They hate black Republicans. You know where black people get the term Uncle Tom from? Thomas Sowell. That's a literary joke. Black liberal white redneck. And I'm your host, Nate Higgers. Number 39, Christians. I just told you the whole plot from one of the biggest high school movies of the 2020s. Liberals, they hate Christianity, so they buy Plan B. They hate Christianity so much that they stockpile Plan B in their bunkers. In their liberal war bunkers, they have stockpiles of Plan B as high as the shelves go. It's going to be a Plan B apocalypse with these liberals, I tell you. It's about a South Dakota church boy, that Plan B movie. Everything, it's got to be politicized nowadays. It's because of the damn libs, I tell you. Number 38, the Bible. All liberals, they're weird pagans. They go to the Church of Hello Kitty, the Church of Transgender. These people, they probably have a Church of Shrek. All rise. Please open your gospel to the first psalm. Somebody once told me.
Somebody once told me.
Psalm. Come on now. Number 37, the South. Liberals can't stand the South, and the South can't stand them. Their only hope is to form an amorphous blob under the freeways of Austin, Texas. That's the only way a liberal survives in the South. You group up under the freeways of Austin, and on Saturday night, you walk out onto 6th Street and wreak havoc among the townspeople. This is what a liberal does in the South. It's the only safe spot. Number 36, the West. Similar survival tactic for the Western liberal. You see them on Skid Row, Market Street in San Francisco. You know it's bad when a city as liberal as San Francisco has turned a blind eye to the homeless problem. What's a liberal gonna do? Number 35, boys. The war on boys. 2 transgenders in a rainbow clown wig walk down a smoggy street into a coffee shop. Every table has a microphone feeding back to the Ministry of Truth. Every coffee has an espresso shot of estrogen to minimize patriarchal behavior. This is the future liberals want. They're gonna put goddamn estrogen in your meat. Schmeat, baby. Liberals probably hate schmeat, bro. They want you to cut it off. Liberals? Man, they hate boys. If you're not going to chemically castrate yourself by 10 years old, you're a goddamn racist. Cut your balls off, goddamn conservatives. Number 34, liberals hate girls. I'm sick and tired of this. Is it empowering or not for women to sell their bodies? Even liberals can't make their minds up. What's the difference between a liberal and a prostitute? A prostitute gives value for the money she takes. What do liberals and porn stars have in common? They're experts at switching positions in front of the camera. Number 33. 33. Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts. Liberals, they're going to think their life is better only and only when Dark Ho Kamala slays evil orange man, stimulus checks rain from the sky. Newsflash, it ain't happening. Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, this teaches you the only truth from an early age. Nature. The only thing liberals know about nature is when their liberal professor tells them that their farts are killing the earth. Goddamn liberals. Number 32, honesty. Liberals say they're all about openness, honesty. They think that the system should be so open and honest that you don't even need an ID to vote. get wrecked. Number 31, success. Hey, leftists, can you count the genders? Well, you should be done counting by now because there's only 2. Yeah, get trolled, libtard, epic style. Number 30, the Second Amendment. Woo-hoo-hoo! Let me get a minute. Second Amendment. Liberals, they hate it. Liberals, they think they go into the woods. Mother Gaia descends in spirit form and thanks them for passing out flyers about carbon emission. That's what they think happens when they go outside. Let me tell you something, liberal. When you go outside, there's a thing called a predator. The power of environmentalism isn't going to protect you from a grizzly bear. The Second Amendment, your carbon emissions aren't going to protect you from a goddamn puma. You ever think about this one, liberals? The environmentalism, is that going to save you from a shark?
This is a certified hood classic.
I believe every liberal should be forced to spend a week in the Bighorn National Forest during the rut with no protection. The 2A is here to stay. The Second Amendment, baby. Liberals hate it. Number 29, the First Amendment. Liberals, they're all about sticking it to the man, speaking your truth. Unless you misgender somebody, then you're a domestic terrorist with no constitutional rights.
Life. There's roadblocks.
They're all about the First Amendment until you choose the wrong pronoun. Then you should be unpersoned on all social medias. Liberals hate the First Amendment. Number 28, pools and patios. Plain and simple. You know, liberals, they just hate a good time. 30-pack of Bud Heavy with the boys, some grilled meat. Oh, I don't eat meat. I don't eat bread. I'm glucose. Do you have chemicals in your pool? Who invited the liberal? Number 27, the suburbs. You're not a real liberal unless you live in a tent under a freeway in a major metropolitan area. That's where a liberal is born. That's where they raised, and that's where they die. Liberals, they hate the suburbs. Number 26, freeways. Okay, this is the source of all liberal power. A freeway? American undercarriages of freeway conjunctions, baby. I've heard this one from a hobo. Rumor has it, if you shoot up during rush hour, the spirit of Obama will bless your next welfare check. Freeways? I hear they're hosting the DNC under the Hollywood Exchange. Freeways, the liberals. Number 24, seniors. Liberals, they put their ancestors into warehouses, the senior citizens' homes. They call it progressive. Be a good conservative. Cast your grandpa's flaming remains into the Gulf of Mexico. Semper Fi, baby. Number 23, taking risks. Liberals, they love their cushy jobs almost as much as their cushy bicycle seats. Small business. Under conservatives, they subsidize mining, metalwork, milling. Small business on the Democrats, they're subsidizing Starbucks and sex shops. What's the difference between a liberal ass kisser and a brown noser? Depth perception. Number 22, small business. Democracy will have not been achieved until Howard Schultz becomes the commander-in-chief. He'll require everyone to become trans to have a job. Small business. Liberals hate it. Number 21, American Toyotas. I don't even understand this one. Isn't that an oxymoron? The most liberal dude on earth, Bin Laden, his Toyota Tacoma had 600,000 miles. Number 20, immigrants. Check out the Devil's Highway episode. That was a good one. Liberals, they want to open the floodgates and let every Tom, Dick, and Pedro through the border. Number 19, workers. Liberals, they disdain work. This stems from their hate of capitalism. Number 18, students. That's what it is. If you don't let your kid's teacher decide your kid's sex, you're an uneducated bigot. Your teacher decides your kid's sex. What are you, a bigot? Are you listening? It's 2024. You're not being liberal enough. Your goddamn teacher chooses your kid's gender. Liberals hate students. Liberals believe children should be left behind to rot, unless they're willing to experiment with TRT. No child left behind with original genders. A mathematics professor starts class. Let's begin with the basics. 1 + 1 = 2. A postmodernist student raises their hand. 1 + 1 = 2? Source? Number 17. Doctors and patients. Liberals be like, my elbow feel funny. I need premier medical coverage paid by my neighbor. Number 16. Science. All right, this book is outdated. He's straight up wrong here. Liberals love science. My science.
Metro Boomin, make it boom.
Number 15. Algae. That's what I'm saying. Who invited the liberal to the pool party? You're throwing down a double cheeseburger and then some soy boy pulls up with his algae sashimi? Come on now. Liberals, they love eating weird smelly things. They just want to be asked what it is. They'll be like, this is actually a rare food from Qatar. And then you ask him to show you Qatar on a map and he gives you the fluoride stare. Number 14, V8 engines. Liberals hate testosterone.
Joe Biden.
Wake up, Joe. Liberals, they hate testosterone. I pull into my neighborhood after the night shift. Everyone's asleep. Fire up my Hummer, rev up a couple thousand RPMs just to calm down. My liberal neighbor, he has the audacity to come over. Excuse me, it's 3 a.m. I was watching my science. I reply, well, clearly your Prius can't reach 8,000 RPMs. Number 13. Bright lights. It hurts their delicate liberal corneas. Liberals, they love their iPads, but they hate bright lights. I be shining my 100,000 lumen hunting flashlight straight into my neighbor's house at 4 a.m. after he yells about me in my Hummer. I freaking hate that guy. Number 12, the Berlin Wall. Liberals hate the Berlin Wall because it reminds them of a time when America was great. We need to make it great again. The Berlin Wall represents the liberal European... Bro, they love communism, that's why. It represents the end of they love communism. By the amount of socialism in Europe, you think every Bernie bro would be living there. Matter of fact, you guys love socialism so much, go to China. Number 11. Charity. I don't know, man. Every liberal's favorite charity is the government. Number 10. Profit. Liberals call all their stories, they call it all not-for-profit. But then they hate charity, so where's all the money going? You know, gender reassignment surgery? Number 9, talk radio. Liberals, they need to be coddled by a delicate, moist-lipped NPR anchor. For some reason, liberals like to listen to 10 seasons of true crime through a whispered string of saliva. Wake up, Joe! Number 8, American history. Liberals wish they were European, you know, because they're communist and everything. Actually, the Gulf of Tonkin didn't happen like that. The invasion of Iraq was unjustified. Nerd, we're trying to rally up the troops over here. Go eat your sashimi. Number 7, the military. Why do liberals hate the troops? That's a good question. It's not even a joke. Goes back to the times of the revolutions. Liberals, they want to make it so competitive hot dog eating drag queens can be in the Marines. The only thing liberal women know about warfare are the rules of engagement. That was a bad one. These goddamn liberals, they want drag queens in the Marines. Number 6, the Founding Fathers. Actually, Thomas Jefferson had slaves. Well, according to ancient aliens, Jesus had slaves. Take that, liberal cuck. Number 5, the states. They hate the states, these goddamn liberal turncoats. You love socialism so much. Go talk to my boy John. I'm telling you, every liberal that doesn't support the Second Amendment, they're going to the Bighorn National Forest. If you do not support, if you're a socialist liberal, you're going to China. No exceptions. Number 4. Liberals hate the Constitution. First Amendment, Second Amendment, bottom line, they hate rights. During the pandemic, liberals closed gyms. Whatever happened to freedom of the press? Number 3, apple pie. I once saw a liberal order an apple pie at a diner. In front of everybody, he took his pants below his waist and shat on the apple pie in front of everybody. These liberals are animals. Number 2, Christmas. These goddamn liberals and their war on Christmas. It's because none of those damn gypsies have families. What's the difference between Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer and a liberal? Rudolph overcame adversity without government assistance. Number 1, America. Liberals, they hate America. Go back to your goddamn urban centers, your troll tollways, shoot up your hot shots for your Obama mana boost. I don't want to hear about it. Why do so many liberals live in L.A.? It's the only city easy enough for them to spell. There you guys have it. 50 things liberals love to hate. In closing, I'll paint you a picture of the future liberals want. A liberal Muslim homosexual ACLU lawyer, professor, and abortion doctor was teaching a class on Karl Marx. Before the class begins, you must get on your knees and worship Marx and accept that he was the most highly evolved being the world has ever known. At this moment, a brave, patriotic, pro-life Navy SEAL who served 1,500 tours of duty and understood the necessaries of war held up a rock. "How old is this rock, pinhead?" The arrogant professor smirked quite Jewishly and smugly replied, 4.6 billion years, you stupid Christian. Wrong. It's been 5,000 years since God created it. The professor was visibly shaken. He dropped his chalk and his copy of The Origin of Species. He stormed out of the room crying those liberal crocodile tears. There's no doubt that at this point Professor Deshaun Washington wished he had pulled himself up by the bootstraps and became more of a sophist liberal professor. He wished so much that he had a gun to shoot himself, but he was embarrassed that he petitioned against guns. The students applauded, and all registered Republican that day accepted Jesus as their savior, and an eagle named Small Government flew into the room and perched atop the American flag. The Pledge of Allegiance was read several times, and God himself showed himself in the classroom enacting a flat tax rate.
How dare you?
Professor Deshaun Washington lost his tenure and was fired the next day. He died of the gay plague and was tossed into a lake of fire for all eternity. This has been Nate Higgers. God bless America.